Not just Carleton. I mean, I could have gone through, there's not the University of British Columbia, where they banned the anti-abortion club, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this happens at many, many universities across Canada. And of course, it was at Carleton. They've since changed their policies, so I guess a pro-life club will be allowed at Carleton after they finally got some new counselors at student government. But of course, now that it's happened, the gay community has gone all crazy. So here's an article from Capital Extra, which is the gay newspaper here in town. And some believe the amendments will make campus a less friendly place for queer students. Diaz says the clause about positive and respectful discussion will force queer students to justify their existence. You know, again, free speech, allowing a pro-life group just threatens everybody. I mean, it's my God, we're so fragile, we just can't accept anything. Now here's one, you may have seen this this weekend. I don't know if you saw Christy Blatchford's column. So here's a teacher who basically was doing a drama class, and he got together a bunch of jokes, and he wanted his students to act out the jokes. And of course, they were jokes about dead baby jokes and a variety of jokes that used to be popular. And of course, one student had to complain about the jokes, and the guy gets fired. He was a terrific teacher, students loved him, one complaint, out the door. That actually happens elsewhere. Here's an example at Queen's University. Here's a Margaret Wente column, I'm mugging at Queen's University. So here's a guy who was been teaching for 50 years, and it was a history class at Queen's, and he started making racist and sexist comments. He used the terms raghead, towelhead, Japs, little yellow sons of bitches, etc. One of his female teaching assistants complained because he told them they should become mistresses. Now, of course, he was doing this all in the context of a history lesson on Japan. So again, complaints, and he's no longer teaching. Sort of eased into retirement. Another area that's happened is the feminists have really taken over universities with some real craziness. This one I couldn't help but put in. This is from the Charlatan, February 15, 2012. And I love this. It's an article about men who step up to prevent violence against women. And this guy said, men are taught no means no, but that may not be enough. Men don't always seek enthusiastic consent. So now you need to have enthusiastic consent. Okay. And of course, if you are the recipient of violence, forget it if you're a man. So here is a University of Windsor law students. There's free legal aid for women who are the victims, but no help for men. So that's a bit of a look at what happens in Canada. Now, just some of the resources out there. I don't know if you know the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, jccf.ca. They do an annual survey of all the Canadian universities for free speech, conduct codes, human rights, etc., etc. They publish like a 120-page publication. It's free, it's on the web, so you can go and have a look. And what we're probably going to do, we're going to work with these people in the future. So every year they come with a new report, and what we'll probably do is launch their reports in the future here in Ottawa at the archives and make a big thing about free speech on campus. One other important source, this is a book we're selling outside. This is written by my friend Bruce Bauer. It's a terrific book. It's The Victim's Revolution, The Rise of Identity Studies, and the Closing of the Liberal Mind. And the book looks at the kind of studies you find in university today. So women's studies, queer studies, black studies. In the States, they have Latino studies, all sorts of other studies. And Bruce basically tears apart all of these studies. And it's actually quite depressing. But it's a great book, so if you want to get a copy, we have it outside. So that is a look at, short look at what happens in Canada. So we're going to play the movie, and then we'll take some comments. If there's any students here who want to tell some stories that we haven't heard, we'll be happy to share your pain, so to speak. So I just have to see if I can turn this off. technology.